We all have something to share. We all have a truth to say. We all have wisdoms inculcated, and we all have a voice that's teaching internally to ourselves. And it is that teacher who wants to teach, it is that teacher who wants to express itself and share the wisdom gathered through the strength of the experiences that you've had all along. The conspiracies of the spiritual warfare had been really belittling. Every time that you were rising, every time that you were thinking that you have geared up the strength and you have something to share, there was something on the contrary of the same perspective being offered to you, which was coming to you in a way rather to direct, trying to teach you, determining to teach you something, to somewhere sway you away off the confidence, of the desire to share the same teaching that you desired to share. But somewhere deep down, you were constantly feeling that it is flowing from the essence of your being, it is flowing from the essence of your presence, but beyond the fact that it was flowing from the essence of your presence, you could really not make much of a difference about that. You could not really do much about that because you were really feeling in a state of being sabotaged by the agents of the matrix. And in that sabotaging state, where the voice of the truth in you, which was literally feeling like it did not have the power, it did not have the strength to speak. Finally, after a lot of lessons, a lot of experiences, a lot of seasons, and a lot of cycles, this is finally the time when you are gearing up the strength and you are finally being able to say no. You finally learn to say no, and that's what makes a huge difference. You no longer are seeking validation on the outside. You do not care about what somebody will think about you and how they'll judge you and who's going to be there for you, who's not going to be there for you. Ultimately, you are putting your needs first and you are choosing yourself. And when you are choosing yourself, putting your needs first, also you are concerned about your boundaries. Most of the time, what really affects our boundaries and we are scared to put our boundaries is because when you are putting your boundaries, you automatically feel like you're being unkind to a person out there, and you should be kind to them, and it all goes back to again people pleasing syndrome, where you're putting people first. But by putting your desires first, by putting yourself first, by putting your needs first, but putting your best self interest first, only then from that place of self love, from that place of satisfaction, from that place of inner standing, from that place of peace, you can truly love somebody. But when you love somebody by sabotaging that place of yours, you automatically start to feel hurt, and automatically when you start to feel hurt, somewhere you're in a state of vulnerability where the other person, if has been sent to your life to teach you a lesson, the person's lessons also starts to heighten in its frequency and in its resonance. And in that heightened frequency and resonance of that person's energy, you start to feel rather to powerless. You start to feel like you are not good enough. You start to feel like there's something to prove. And that is what was going on all these while. You were coming from a place of, I have something to prove to somebody, I have something to seek in terms of validation from someone outside of me. And having to do that, having to put yourself in that pressure, You finally reached a state where a part of you is literally desiring for freedom, is literally crying out for freedom. And that part of you which is crying out for freedom, desiring for freedom, that part of you is finally speaking up for itself. And that is the shift that is happening. You're experiencing a complete transcendental shift because you're no longer putting up with the energy of suffering. You're no longer putting up with the torture and tumultuous energy of how you can really, love others, put others first, people please. You're no longer coming from that energy. You no longer care. Like, you don't care actually about what people think of you, what people say about you, how what your image is in front of them. You don't care. You know that you are here to serve God, and God is the source of everything. And you finally reached a position when you're doing it for the sake of you're doing it for the sake of that inner peace in you. And finally, you are tapped back in and plugged back in to a state of alignment to who you truly are. When you do not come from a place of alignment, you're basically coming from a place of trying to people please, trying to do everything by pressurizing that centered reality in you. And after repeated pressurization in that centered reality in you, you kind of lose track. You lose track of time, you lose track of the energy, you lose track of the momentum or what you're doing, or just feel scattered, messed up, confused, and literally need a new beginning energy in that flow. And ultimately, when you reach that state when you are seeking and sulking for regeneration, a breakthrough, a momentum, a shift in perspective, at that point, what basically happens is that the outside reality has taken control over you, and a part of you has gotten into that zone of fear that something on the outside has power over you. And all these while, the spiritual warfare and the tests that we had been going through, the conspiracies that we had been going through, were beautifully designed and led and put ahead in a platter for you by God. And you were going through everything, the information that you were gathering, everything that you were coming across, everything. You came across each and everything to ultimately reach a position, to reach a point inside of you where you literally reach the point of speaking up and saying that I cannot take it anymore. Enough is enough. I choose freedom. And finally, everything was pressurizing you and pushing you to reach this space where you finally have that freedom. And after finally having that freedom, after finally having that peace, after finally having that state of salvation, after finally finding that place of solitude within, you're letting go of anything that no longer serves you. You're letting go of everything that has been the main cause of your stress in your life. You no longer feel that you owe something to someone. You completely understand that all along it has been God who was doing everything through everybody, and even your worst enemy, whatever they were doing, thinking that they were doing it in their best interest to put you down or to teach you something or whatever your enemy was doing, your best enemy was doing, that was also designed by God. The anger that they were showing, the way they were belittling you, the way they were treating you like trash, the way they were maybe treating you like you don't exist, the way they were treating you like maybe you don't have value, the way they were treating you like they do not see your value, the way they were treating you like as if you don't have value, basically, like you're not that important. They were treating you like they don't believe in you. All those places, they've made you question your worth. All those places, they've made you really think that, am I really that good enough? Am I really worth it? There must be a lot to learn. Wherever they've made you also feel like there might be a lot to learn. All those places, it was God all along doing those things through them, because ultimately, because of those actions, because of their those behaviors, because of how they have projected that heaviness onto you, you finally were shaped and strengthened to this state which you are now in, to find the liberty, to find the joy, to find the salvation, to find the freedom. Ultimately, out of that cage where they had stored you, the cage where they had stored you, the cage where they had put you, the cage where they had hidden you, that very cage was God's cage of protecting you. They thought that they were putting you in a cage and sabotaging you and taking away your power, but they were actually doing all of those things when in actuality God had put you in a shell of protection, and where you were being prepared. It was the heart chamber of yours where you were being prepared, and everything was brewing for you. And in the process of brewing, God made them play their game of hatred, and in their game of hatred, of being a catalyst in the process, they have just helped you to finally rise and shine in the glory of who you truly are. We all have something to teach. We all have something to share. How we wish to share it, what we wish to do with our knowledge, how we wish to exhibit our true potential is rather up to us. And it is up to us, or rather, it is up to the God in us. And it is in the God in us who takes action. Ultimately, the doer is the God in you. So ultimately, when you take action, ultimately when your potential is unleashed, ultimately when your potential is speaking for itself, ultimately when your potential is being heard, your potential is being seen, ultimately when your potential is in that state of its glory of being rejoiced, when your potential is in its epitome of its energy of being in that state of being glorified, it is God who is going to speak through you. It is God who is going to unleash your potential. It is God who is going to take the action after unleashing your potential. It is God who is going to do everything. God is the doer, and God is moving in you every moment. God is the prana energy in you. God is the energy of life in you. God is the life because of which your body has life. God is the life because of which your body is breathing. God is the energy because of which you are flowing. God is the energy which is inside of you because of which you are alive. The energy in you, the chi energy in you, the essence of energy in you that is flowing, and you are being, and you are, and you can understand everything, you can understand, you can be here, and you can experience life in this vessel, because it is God in your vessel who is. It is God in your vessel who is teaching. It is God in your vessel who knows it all. It is God in your vessel who does it all. You are not the doer. I am not the doer. I am not speaking to you at this point of time. The God in me is flowing. It is the God in me, the energy of God in me, which is flowing and speaking these words. And it is God who has taught me language, who's taught me to create sentences, who has taught me to formulate sentences, who's taught me to speak, to ultimately come to that state, ultimately come to that vibration where I can speak these words of God and I can let them flow as it is they are. Because it is God who has prepared my vessel to come to this state. And whenever your enemies have thought that they had power over you, whenever in the spiritual warfare you felt like they were sabotaging you and they were doing it on purpose, it is because they were thinking they were doing it on purpose, and they were thinking they are all powerful, and it is their ego and the strength of that power that you were feeling, because you were all along wise, you were all along aware. And having to be wise and aware, you knew you were not the doer. You were not attached to the doing. And because you were not attached to the doing, you were not attached to the knowing, you were just in a humble gratitude state with the oneness, the presence of God, to the all knowledge with the presence of God. And you were grateful that presence of knowledge in you to give you the wisdom, and having to inculcate in that wisdom and having to surrender to that energy, having that humble energy, that essence of your being. You were just being. And when you were just being in that presence of being, when they were exhibiting their ego, their power, the God in you could see their ego, and it is through the eyes of the God in you, you could see. And having to see that, you were getting intimidated, because your intuition that they were coming from the ego, they were coming from a sense of pride and power that was visible to you. And that visibility was something that was intimidating you. That visibility was something that was causing an sense of anger in you. And that very sense of anger, because of that visibility, was also again gearing up that momentum, bringing you to that vibration, giving you that strength, giving you that valor, helping you gear up that courage, helping you boost up your muscles, helping you boost up your inner strength of your inner heart, to finally have the courage to just be, and to be present, everything lined up to bring you to this position. And everything was designed by God, and everything was written even before you were born in the stars, and everything that is yours can never be taken away. All your desires, all your potential, your life purpose, your gifts, they are seeking for you. And that is why you are aware of that energy that they are seeking for you. And in that vibration of that energy that they are seeking for you, you began to seek for them as well. What you seek for is also seeking for you. So because they are already seeking for you even before you were born. Even before you were born, those desires, those purpose, those potential, those aspects, those vibrations, those frequencies were present in the universe. And universe was creating vibrations and frequencies and situations to put everything in a vibration to ultimately create you. Because the creation of you, ultimately that happened, God or universe, finally after the creation of that you was relieved, because that creation of you was here to serve that particular purpose for which you were created. And all along, every situation you had signed up for, because God had designed for that frequency of yours, lined up one after the other, to take you to a state where after various glitches, your frequency and the frequency of your purpose perfectly could align. And having to finally find that frequency of oneness with your purpose, finally reaching that state of oneness with your purpose, anything that was in your way of suffering, and anything that was your emotion that you were attached to, some kind of anger that you've been through, some kind of heartache that you've been through, some kind of questions that you've had, like why this happened, why that happened, you finally reached a state where you realize that everything happened for a reason, and everything was lining up perfectly, and everything was lining up perfectly to ultimately bring you to the state where you can just be you. And it is by the virtue of being you, it is by the virtue of just being present, by being you, the essence of you within, the God sense of self within starts to flow and flourish and burgeon in the essence of its being, and you start to speak the voice of the truth. every conspiracy, every warfare, all the glitches, all the painful energies and strategies and games that you would pray to ultimately turned out to be advantageous for you. And at this point, when the table is prepared right in front of your enemies, all they can do is watch and literally be in a state of shock. They cannot really do anything. They are also realizing through the example of you that God is really real. They have also lost faith in God, maybe because of their experiences in life. Maybe they have also been through difficult experiences in life. They have also had expectations in life. And with more you grow, if you are not really grounded and if you are really growing and from a place of knowing that you are doing it, you are accomplishing it, it naturally brings in greed. So, with greed, power, vigor comes the need of more validation, more power, more strength, more gifts, more understanding, more awareness, and more contradiction. And in that contradiction, often at times, what happens is that a lot of people, even if they're very religious, very spiritual, very aware, reach a state where they start to feel like maybe there isn't any God. Maybe we are the power, maybe it is our power that is flowing. And this is because we forget that that very power that we are talking about, that very energy which is giving us the strength to even speak, that very energy that is flowing in through us, that very energy which is life, that itself is God. Life is God. The life energy that we have, that is God. And even beyond the lifelessness of the body, that life, that energy still retains and continues. And that very energy of universe, that very beautiful, all powerful, all encompassing energy of universe is real. And a lot of times we forget that because of our experiences. And you have been put in their life rather as an example to make them realize that the energy, that essence of life, that essence of energy that flows, that essence of energy that is, that essence of energy is but God. That essence of life that flows in us, that essence of prana that flows in us, that itself is life. What we are breathing in and breathing out, the energy that is around us, that is life. It is by the virtue of our breath we are alive. It is the breath of life in which God is. And it is by breathing into our nostrils, God created us and gave us life. It is God who created us. It is God who we come from. It is God who is all powerful, all knowing, who's here, there, and everywhere. It is God who is the teacher. It is God who is teaching through us. And God in all of us is teaching at the same time a different perspective of how we are seeing it, from which angle we are seeing it. In that angle, God is teaching us something, and every second God is teaching us something or the other. And in every shift and every moment, in every second internally that is happening, every change in emotion, every change in thought, every shift in understanding, every tiny bit of realization that we have internally, in that internal transformation, a wisdom is gathered and inculcated, and that very wisdom is God. It is the essence of God which is flowing in us. It is the essence of God which is the voice of the truth. The truth is that God is real. The truth is that it is the essence of God's energy that is flowing in us. And the truth is that everything is perfect in God. And the truth is that God is all that is. All the suffering, all the pain, all the pangs, everything that is all the sufferings in your frequency is, you are a frequency, you're an energy frequency, and all the suffering and shadows that your frequency is going through the glitch of is experiencing those frequencies, is experiencing those pressures, is experiencing those glitches, is experiencing those suffering, is experiencing those tumultuous torture, ultimately to bring you to that state where you reach that position of just letting go of all the barricades of pain and reach that state of speaking out loud that enough is enough. I can't have it anymore. I cannot take pain and suffering anymore. I need some change. I need some miracle. Give me miracle. And when you reach that state of give me miracle, you just realize that the suffering and the pain and everything came from a place of forgetting that God is real. Maybe difficult situations have happened, people have made you question God, and when people have made you question God and difficult situations have happened, those difficult situations that you've been through, those glitches that you've been through, everything caused you to feel like I am suffering, I'm in a lot of pain, I can't take it anymore, because you got attached to them, you had memories, emotions attached to them, and all those emotions and memories attached to them are in a lot of pain. And every moment those painful parts are seeking for answers, are constantly seeking for answers, and having to seek for answers, God finally takes those places to a position when those places, you in those places, start to realize that you do not want to bear that pain anymore, you do not want to feel that pain anymore, and you just shed off the pain. And the moment you shed off the pain, you start to realize that God is all that is. You don't need to have it anymore. You don't have to tolerate it anymore. You create your reality. You're a co-creator of your reality, and you're creating your reality with God. And God is all that is. And everything that was there in your reality, every glitch and suffering and pain and sin that you've been through, all those pressure that God has put you in, all those pressure, your molecule, your internal state of being, your frequency, your holographic frequency, took all together had to go through to transcend and liberate and be one with the frequency of your purpose that you are here to serve, which you are ultimately seeking continuously on a deeper level. We're always seeking for the meaning of life. We're always seeking for who we are. We're always seeking for that deep internal connection of unification within, which we find when we find our purpose. Because when we find our purpose, we find that state of unification with the state of godliness within. And when we find that unification, we find our union with God. When we find our union with God, in that essence of unity, of union with God, and finding to seek God as a lover and starting to love God in the essence of His being inside of you, and loving His presence, human presence inside of you, and feeling His presence inside of you as if alive in form of a molecule which is constantly breathing and has life in it. You start to feel an inner connection with the conscience, and that is where you strengthen your connection with God, and that is where you understand the presence of God inside your heart, and that is when you start to love God and choose Him as your lover, friend, teacher, parent, God, Guru, everything. And when you reach that state and choose God in everything, and you completely continue to choose the presence of God within, and continue to be one with that presence of God inside of your heart, that part of you where the part of you which was shaking the most starts to feel a state of unification and peace and oneness with all that is. And in that state of unification and oneness, having to find that with all that is, you reach a state of complete sublimation, you reach a state of complete oneness, you reach a state of complete alignment, you reach a state of complete gratitude, and everything starts to fall in place, everything starts to make sense, and everything that hurt you in the past, you start to forgive them and let them go and realize that everything happened for a reason and it was for good. And having to choose that, you completely start to love yourself and unapologetically love yourself, and the conspiracies fade away, and the voice of the truth in you starts to speak. You no longer shiver, you no longer fumble, you no longer feel that someone out there will try to get you when you are speaking your truth. Finally, you gear the strength and courage to be you, and therefore continue to be you. Thank you and love and light to you. Namaste.